Though they are delicious, animals are absolute hell on the environment. What if we could grow meat for food without destroying the environment while also eliminating the cruelty we cause to the animals we eat? So let's discuss the damage that animals do to the environment, animals that are raised for food. As far as clean or cleanable water, that is becoming scarce. Yes, the earth always has the same amount of water. However, our demand has become much higher than the supply from natural and man-made filtration systems, whether that's rivers filtering water, the salt from water, or the ground filtering water, or man-made filtration systems such as reverse osmosis. We are demanding too much water and we can't keep up with it with the current filtration systems. This is water that we use for drinking, but one of the main sources is water that we use to raise animals. It's very uneconomical as far as our water supply and as far as what we get out of raising animals. 1 pound of beef requires 1,799 gallons of water to raise, start to finish. 1 pound of pork requires 576 gallons of water. This is not just the water that they drink, it's the water that's used to raise the crops that they eat. Another problem is acid rain. Factory farms that raise animals for food create waste slurries, which are huge lakes of feces and urine. These slurries break down into bacteria and nitric acid. Nitric acid evaporates quite quickly into the atmosphere, gets in the clouds, and then is rained down on crops that are raised for humans and animals to eat, rained down on water supplies, pollutes our water supplies, ruins our crops. The other problem is ozone depletion. Methane gas is the biggest contributor to ozone depletion, creating holes in the ozone and global warming, if you believe in that. Methane is 21 times more potent to the ozone than carbon monoxide. And carbon monoxide is the stuff that comes out of the tailpipes of our cars and out of factory smokestacks. The main source of methane, the biggest source of it, is cows, from cow flatulence, whether cow farts, cow belches. A lot of that's due to the fact that we feed cows very low-grade, cheap grain, which causes indigestion, which is causing more of this. Another problem is the real estate. It requires 65 square feet of land per quarter pound of beef. We just don't have that much land that can be used for raising cattle or raising pigs, whatever. It depletes the soil to where after they've raised animals there, it really can't be used for farming because the soil's been just devastated. Also causes deforestation. They're cutting down rainforest to raise cattle. It's the biggest reason they're cutting down rainforest, and when you get rid of that many plants, it decreases the oxygen in the atmosphere, which is another problem. My source for this information is an article called The Triple Whopper Environment, Impact on Global Meat Production. This is from Time Magazine's website by Brian Walsh, published December 16th, 2013. Now, as far as the solution to this problem, I'm not proposing that you become a vegetarian. At this point, you don't have to become a vegetarian. There's a new solution, which is lab-grown meat. How it's made. From the animal of choice, a small biopsy is taken to collect some stem cells. Those cells are put in a protein solution and kept at the right temperature. And with genetic modifications, once they feel like they are in the body, they will begin to proliferate. From one biopsy, multiple football field sizes sheets of meat can be grown from just one sample, and it can be grown in the fraction of the amount of time it takes to raise an animal. My source on this is an article called Lab Grown Meat is Coming, Whether You Like It or Not. It's from Wired Magazine's website, written by Matt Simon, published on February 16th, 2018. Some more facts. The same amount of meat currently grown can be produced in factories on 1% of the land it presently takes to do so. Worldwide, livestock is responsible for 15% of greenhouse gas emissions. Switching to lab-grown meat would reduce these emissions by 96%. Another advantage of lab-grown meat is that doing away with slaughterhouses could reduce and virtually eliminate illnesses and diseases that are transmitted between animals and humans, like mad cow disease, stuff like that. Lab-grown meat could be engineered and supplemented with vitamins and minerals not found in natural meat to create a more whole food source. My source for this is an article called Lab-Grown Meat's Steady March to Your Plate from the website Big Think. It was written by Matthew Davis on December 6th, 2018. Thank you.